Hello, how are you? Our visionary entrepreneurs and life changers. Today is Thursday again. Every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we've been hosting this inspiration and implementation time live with Spring. I hope you have already enjoyed some of our previous episodes. And today, our topic is meet your fears and goals. For January, it's really January for the whole month. I want to focus on topics related to your vision, your goals, your smarter goals, and also your action plan. So if you miss this month, I don't know which month else you are waiting for to really clarify your vision, your goals, and also to make your written plan ready. And today the topic, and as I know, many of you may even not really want to touch about in the details about the goals, because if I want to do a survey, even in my group of abundant entrepreneurs, I believe quite some people still have not set up their goals, clear goals yet. And if you are honest, if I do that survey, think about which choice you will choose. Like you already have a clear both. You have not, first one is like you have not set up any clear goals yet. And the second choice will be like, have you already set up some goals, but you've not written any like a concrete action plan? The third choice will be you have both clear goals and also concrete plans to accomplish it. So among those three choices, which one will you choose? And actually, in 1979, there's a study on Harvard Business School on those MBA students before their graduation. And actually, I shared this story before, but today I want to share that again to emphasize how important it is. There were, I think, thousands of graduate students. They followed them and did the research before they left the school. So they asked that question to ask them if they have already set up their clear goals and a written plan. And based on their study, it's tell you the data. 84% of people, I thank God they were honest, okay? So they got the correct data. So that's very like a good reference for us to teach all of us now to understand and how people are setting up goals and achieve their goals, okay? So 84% of people honestly answered that they have not set up clear goals yet. And 13% of those MBAs answered that they have set up goals, but they have not have the written concrete action plan. And then only the 3% of people, they have both clear goals and also concrete plan to accomplish it. So among those, 100% of people, right, only 3% of them really created both clear goals and the concrete plan. So then what's the results? The research people followed them for 10 years. So by the 10 years, they do the research again and to see where they are, what's their results, what since they accomplished it. So based on the data, they're based on their earnings, their income, right? Because most of people care about how much income you're earning, right? So the 13% of people who had like clear goals but did not written clear plan, they made double income than those 84% of people who had no goals at all. And then how about the 3%? The 3% of people who had both clear goals and also concrete action plan, they made 10 times as much as those people, the rest of the 97% of people. So how amazing is that, right? It's really a huge difference, and also express how important goals and also a concrete action plan is. So not just goals. You need to have both goals and also concrete plan to implement to achieve that. And of course, the deciding factors also depends on how those people, their implementation, how they are so decided. but just based on this data of their goals and plans, you can see those people only 3% of people are really like goals and action oriented. And so they focus on how to get the results. And you can also imagine that the implementation, they're following their goals, and they also get the much better results than the rest of other people. And then, let's see. Then in many years later, I think it's quite recently, there's a research by, let me find that data. I saved it in my cell phone. There's a research by the statistics brain here. They did also another research from different angle. Is let's say they decided they analyzed the New Year's goal, the New Year's resolution. Many people do their New Year's resolution, right? So they did that research. They found that very few people really achieve their goals, even though 45, they did that in the US, right? They found that 45% of Americans usually make goals, but 17% of Americans infrequently make goals. Sounds like it's more like compared with the Harvard study, it's better improved, right? At least we have 45 people make goals because the culture, because of the teaching, because of all the, now people's awakening. Now more and more people understand the goals are important, but still only 45%, less than 50% usually make goals. 17% of them infrequently make goals, and 38% of Americans never make goals. So 38% percent plus the 17, that's almost like 55% of people do not really pay much attention on goal setting, and they don't understand why they should make goals, right? And so this interesting things, the people follow them to research on how those people implement through their New Year's solution. 75% of people made it through their first week. So for example, by the beginning of January 1st, they made their New Year's resolution, and only 75% of people made it through the first week. That means 25% of the people, they quit just within the first week. That's a big data to see how many people easily quit just within 1 week. And then 71% of people made it past 2 weeks. 64% of people made it past 1 month. And 46% of people made it past 6 months. And congratulations, we still have like 46% of people. But that's among those almost like a half of the Americans who actually make goals, right? Remember, there's still like almost 55% of people do not really make good goals. So that's half of it, and then another 46% of people make it past 6 months. That means only one quarter of people really make make goals and then made it past the 6 months. And they did not show more further data, so I don't know how many people really finish it till 1 year. I believe that percentage will be much lower than the like 25% of people. So let's say if like half of that will be like 12%, around 12% people, they may sustain and persist till the end of the year with their New Year solution or follow their goals. And a little bit better than Harvard's data. The Harvard study had only 3% of people, right, had the goals and plans and implement through the year and through the years. And after 10 years, they really made 10 times of income than the rest of other people. So now let's say 12% of people may persist till the end. And the study claimed that just 8 people achieved their New Year's goals. So that makes sense. It's close to what we estimate, right? 8 to 12 people, they persist till the end of the year, so they achieve their goals. So it's very important you have both clear goals and a concrete plan, and then really implement till the end, till the end of the term, to really achieve your goals. And with a resounded 92% that ended up in failure. Actually, it's not their failure. They did not fail their goals. It's actually they did not even bother to, majority of them, over 50% of them, did not even bother to make their goals. And then the rest of, let's say if 50% people did not even bother to make their clear goals, and then another 42 people did not, persist till the end of the term, the year, to accomplish their goals. So only 8% of people accomplish their goals by the end of the year. So it's very clear data, right? And also very important to show us. And all those like 92% of people that failed means that they did not either set up goals, or they set up goals, did not accomplish, implement till the end, and they fail and they did not achieve the goals. Of course, you can imagine what kind of results they get. They did not really grow, they did not really achieve any great goals, and in their study they measure it as a failure, right? If you did not grow, you did not achieve things, then like the same year, you will be like earn still like as little as the last year, and you may even lose the trust in yourself. You do not believe in that you can accomplish your goals. Then the next year you can maybe imagine, and even more people, maybe they gave up, they do not even want to bother to set up goals, and they have doubts in themselves, even though they want to set up some goals, right? If you do not really keep that words to yourself, keep your promise to yourself, if you lose that, you will have less and less confidence in yourself, and won't even want to bother to set up great goals, right? Or maybe next year they still connect their courage to set up goals, but they will be more conservative and with more fears. So that's like almost like a down circle. It's like the pool, right? So it's like so this is very important, actually, the setting up of goals. And today I want to review with you and really discuss with you the 8 reasons, actually, why people fear to set up goals. So the 8 reasons I will cover, from the simplest reason to the hidden reason, the root reason, and also to the very basic, even people think it's like a silly reason, but it's very super important reason, okay? And also I will share with you the 3 levels of motivations to change the game since today, okay? So stay with me. And what I would, after I share the data, I want to, if you are honest, you can comment under my video if you have already set up your clear goals or not. And like on those 3 answers, right? You've already got your clear goals and also clear plan. And the second one is you've already had the goals, but without a concrete plan yet. And the third one, just be honest, even though you maybe don't know how to do that, right? Just still honest answer it. And the third one is you have not set up your goals at all. So if you're honest, fully honest with yourself, and you really want to improve in this area, just share underneath, and we know where you are, but it's totally fine, okay? I will share with you quite soon why it's totally calm. Remember that those over 50% of people do not even bother to set up their very clear goals. So if you are still, this is now the middle, my battery. Hi, we're back. Sorry for the interruption. Computer's battery maybe get some low battery volume, and it would interrupt it. In that's the first part. I want to continue, okay? First part, we introduced about the 2 research based on Harvard study on MBA students, and then the 10 years later, the results based on people, if they make their goals and make their concrete plan or not. And then another research on the people's New Year's resolution, and they follow up them and through the whole year to see how many of people really accomplish that. So only 8% of them really fulfill the whole year and accomplish their goals. So, and now I want to continue to share with you the 8 reasons why most people are now fear about setting up goals. So the first one, I call it simplest reason. The simplest reason is like some people just say people are lazy. And actually that's our human nature and also our needs. People want the safety, want stability, and want certainty, right? And we do not want to any change. So most people would naturally procrastinate. So if you have not already set up your goals, don't feel guilty. And majority of people are like that. And it's really in our nature. We do not want to take action. We just want to procrastinate, even though we want to do something, right? So we just want to stay lazy and in how to say stability and certainty. And then the second reason, actually, this is also like I mentioned in the last part, because of the experience, because of a failure, right? People have that kind of a how to say the negative thinking already, and that kind of a shadow already in the mind. Oh, if I could not accomplish my goals, if I fail again, right? Fail again. They are afraid of failure. And also they're afraid of how people will look at them, how people may judge them because of the failures. So that's the biggest reason so far for people would not like to reluctant to set up goals. And by the way, while I share with you all these reasons, when you feel the most resonate, please comment under my video which one. And for example, the first one is the human nature. We are lazy. We do not want to change. We just like procrastinate, right? We do not want to take action. The second one, like we are afraid of the failure. The third one, it's very obvious reason. People do not want to change and would rather stay in their comfort zone because the comfort zone makes them feeling good. And this one is a little bit similar to the first one, but it's still a little bit different. The first one is really like a stability, safety, and certainty. That's the leads of human basic natures. And the third one is really like consciously, they do not want to change. They feel like now I'm okay and almost like settled. I do not want to pursue too much. So that's really like a conscious choice and a decision to make. Okay, that's the third one. And then the fourth one is justified reason, because they feel overwhelmed or intimidated by big goals and the actions required to achieve those goals, right? It's like, oh my God, like if there's big goals, I need to take so much action, so many actions and so much effort, they get really overwhelmed and don't know where to start. Okay, and then number 5 is excuse reason. They take granted that things will work out by themselves, and we just need to follow the flow every day, right? So how many of you really think about that way? I know some of my clients, even before they work with me, they were in that kind of a mode. They feel like, oh, things will work out by themselves. And actually, that's really like an excuse, right? Maybe it's because deep down it's their fears. But they just want to use that excuse of things will work out by themselves. So they do not want to make that like really active, proactive decision, and also do not want to make the efforts needed. And then number 6 is a hidden reason. The hidden reason is that people do not know what they don't know. Okay, they do not know the price they are paying for not setting up goals and plans. So for example, many people do not know the Harvard study, the MBA study research, and they don't know quite some like it's ended again. Welcome back. We were talking about number 6, the reason why people fear to set up their goals. That's a hidden reason. Most people do not even know that because they don't know what's the big difference and what's the importance of setting up goals. The results is people like from the Harvard study and the statistics brain study, from 3% to up to 8% of people who make the goals and implement them with a clear plan till the end of the term can really make a big difference. They can earn 10 times of income, as much than those who do not even make goals or do not implement them till the end. And they also like the rest of those up to 92% of people did not really accomplish big things. So number 6 is very important and a hidden important reason. And number 7, the root reason for people's fear to set up goals is they are not motivated enough. This is really the root for any of the fears. Because if you really have big enough vision, big enough purpose, big enough passion on anything, and you would be motivated to set up clear goals and want to take actions to accomplish it. And all these above previous reasons, you do not, all those fears, all the from the basic one to the biggest reason that you are afraid of fears, you take granted, or you do not know the price, all the things because you are not motivated enough. So this is a root cause that motivation is very important. And the number 6 is a basic, very basic, even you can call it like a silly reason why people don't set up goals, because they don't know how to set up like smarter goals. Previous session I taught about how to set up smarter goals. They don't know how to even clarify their purpose, their vision, how to set up a very smart and smarter goals and plans, and how to build up their accountability system to support them achieve the goals. So this actually is the most basic but super important reason for people who do not set up goals. Okay, so the 8 reasons, if you review them, I want you to listen to the replay and to comment under my video which one is your biggest reason so far. You think it's your biggest reason that is blocking you from setting up a clear goals and also concrete plan. Okay, and now let's say people, we are all driven to take action and also manage and make changes. We are at the 3 level of motivations. Here, I do not want to refer to the needs, like 6 levels of basic human needs, but here I want to focus more on the motivations. So the first level of motivation, many people are still using that to really stimulate people to take action, is really by pains. Many people are stimulated by pains. For example, the patients, they are driven to to look at doctors, visit their doctors, because they are driven by their pains. They do not want to suffer, right? And many other people, they buy solutions in the market, or they hire coaches or consultants because they have some pains and the things they stuck with and they cannot get the results. They really feel that pain. They will feel that difficulty and problems. Then they will find solution and find the help to solve that problems. So, and I should say majority of people in the market is still driven by the pains. If it's not pain enough, they will not take action. Because remember, that's our nature. We do not want to take action. We just want to stay where we are. Stay in our safety, stay in our, certainty. And instead of take action, make changes, right? So majority of people are still driven by pains. And actually, that's quite a justified reason, like people to take actions. Is like, okay, the pains is so much. Instead of staying in my current status, it's not comfort zone anymore, right? It's painful zone, and then they will take action. So that's the first level of motivation, and majority of people still based on that one. If it's not too painful, they will not take action. Okay, so the second level of motivation is their right mindset and thinking. When people have the right thinking, they have like a positive thinking, and or if they really know enough about the prices, the costs they are paying for not setting up goals and plans, they will make smart, like choice, because they do not want to pay that cost. So they have that analysis in their mind, and so it's basically based on their mind analysis. They do the analyze the risks. If it's too risky to lose and to pay the cost, they would rather choose to set up goals, to take action, to achieve the results, right? So that's based on your right mindset and thinking. And now the third level of motivation is a higher level. And it's really like fewer people are really it's like a pyramid. The lower level is pains. More people are based on this motivation. And the middle level is the right mindset and thinking. And like a middle range of people are based on this one, based on the analysis and then rise decision. And the third one, the top one, is fewer people, but it's really highest level of motivation. This is fully like a self-motivation. It's driven by your purpose, by your call, by your dream, by your vision, which will cause up your bigger passion and dedication. So this is the highest level motivation. People who are driven at this highest level also achieve, they can make bigger goals, and they also make more concrete plans, and really, because they really desire that kind of hunger and desire to achieve at this highest level of motivation. So they make better and higher goals and better plans, and also when they implement, they can really sustain, and they do not give up during the way. So those people are making greater successes. So the first level of the pain at the bottom is driven, right? Because people knows they are having these difficulties, they are losing, they are having all these struggles, so they feel the pain. So they and also at the same time, if they understand the cost, that will cause them more pain, right? If you think about every minute, if you do not have a great goals and do not have a great plan to implement it, actually you are losing. And instead of setting up goals to lose, right, you are losing more by not setting up goals, and you are paying more cost. So without goals, without meaningful changes, you stay where you are, you stop growing, and you stay in much time actually worrying, firefighting mode. It's just oh, here is problem, I will go here to solve, and then there get some problem, I go there. So many entrepreneurs and management people, they may have this kind of a mode, right? It's really like a firefighting mode. Follow the flow, but finds here and there so many warriors. So the cost is really our joy, our happiness, our peace of mind, right? And the higher cost is our success, our satisfaction of life, our fulfillment, and wholehearted and also abundant life and business. So that's a big cost. And people, when they think about this cost of fearing and not setting up goals, they may realize that they are losing more, and they will take action. So that's a fundamental level of motivation. And under the middle level is really understand the cost, make the positive and the right choice. Here we need to understand the natural law. Here is it's also a laws and also philosophies, no failure, actually no success. This is almost like a natural law, and failures are a must for success. So if you understand this law, it will be much easier for you to overcome the fears, to get better motivation to move forward. So it's if you really want to have a success, but it's impossible that you do not go through failures, okay? So you will not succeed if you have not failed enough. So you need to fail many, many times for you to really achieve big success. And the failure teaches you teaches all the good lessons and strengthen your will and skills, also prepare you for success. So bigger failure and means greater potential for your success. And setting goals is using your muscles, right? You need to exercise every day to strengthen your muscle. If you do not exercise, your muscle is not strong. This is similar for setting up goals and implement the plan. It's the more you exercise, the stronger your muscles, and so more goals you practice to setting up and implementing and planning the exercise, the better goals and the plans you will make. And so the more you do, it will become the habits of you. Many successful people, they've been teaching about setting up goals and their habits and their routines. And actually setting up goals should be part of the habits, good habits. We do not do just the annual goal setting. You have, after you set up a long-term goals, you need to also set up your midterm. Midterm normally is 1 year. And then you need to set up your shorter term goals to break down a big goal into smaller one for you to easily to implement. So make that accomplishment process easier for you. So for example, you make that into 90 days, like a quarterly goals, and break that smaller into monthly goals, and then further down to weekly goals, and then to daily goals. And that will help you to really, break the big thing, a big task into smaller things, and become more achievable and easier, and you can celebrate for every step every milestone. Every day could be a milestone. Every day you have the review, achieve your goals, and celebrate in that micro process that can really build up your confidence and to support you to implement the following way. For example, 2018, I set up that challenge and goal to accomplish the whole year of my abundance today, every day, unstoppably for 365 days. So I set up that long-term, like middle-term goals, right? And then break down into daily and set up formats and focus every day on the inspirations I want to share. So like every day become a smaller one. It's much easier than I think about a whole year, a month to go, right? But when I focus on every day, and every day make just one baby step, and when I accumulate every day, when I look back, oh, I felt so happy that I've already achieved it, for example, 1 month. And then I look for the next day. And then after I achieve another month, I look back, I get more confidence. And I go for the 3rd month, and then 4th month, and 5th month, and become really part of my habits. And now every day, I want to share. I do not want to stay behind the scene. I really want to share some great stuff with you. Otherwise, I feel uncomfortable. So when the good habits become part of you, you gain that muscle, and then you do not want to give back to your previous status, right? Because you gain the new muscles, the new strengths, and now you will stay on the higher level of your game. So every day you accumulate that, you stay on a higher level, and every day you move forward. And then that become part of you, become like inside of you. It's a habit of you, so nobody can take away. And even though you want to forget it, it will not. It will just naturally build inside of you already. And like some of you like to do the workout, right? You go to a gym, and you keep that habit for maybe over 30 days, and then it gradually become part of you. Your muscle will remember that. It has built up the memory in your muscles, in your cells. And if you do stop 1 day or 1 week, do not go to a gym or work out, your body will feel uncomfortable. Your body will call you, unconsciously will call you to do the things and to work out and to exercise. And then the body will feel comfortable, feel energetic, feel happy. So once you build up like goal setting and the plan setting and implementation, you build up that into your daily routines and become your habits, and your body and your mind and your heart, your soul, everything will automatically then need it and strive for it, happy, joyful for it. And then that's the time you really like a goal setting and will become part of you, and also the implementation become part of you, and the success will also become part of you. Okay, so it's like bigger goals, more possible failures. Okay, just to have this expectation. If you set up bigger goals, you will experience more possibly failures, but at the end you will also have you could also expect bigger success in the end if you really persist, okay, and put the efforts there. And do you know, I know some people are afraid of people judge them, right? Oh, if I fail, I do not want people to think I'm a failure, right? And many people, because of that, they do not want to share their goals. They do not want to like publicly claim their goals. They feel shy, they feel like intimidated, they do not want people laugh at them, and do not want people judge them. But do you know what kind of people, what kind of person like people most admire? If you know that, if you think about that, most people really admire those who feel the most, feel the hardest, and maybe hit the hard rock bottom, then feel the most, but then succeed. People admire those people. If you do not fail, or maybe by chance, luckily you make success, people will not admire so much. Well, maybe they will like what you made the success good for you, right? But if you did not really go through failures, they do not connect with you, do not think you really make that, great success they admire, okay? So even those who dare to fail but still not make success yet, people will still admire them. If you dare to fail and stand up, people will really admire such kind of people with courage, with the spirit and the courage that majority of other people do not have. Okay, so it's not really need to worry about other people, how they judge you. When you can make more failures more people, and you can still stand up. You still do not give up, and more people really like follow you, like really admire you, and want to say how you could make that, and what you can teach them, what they could not, majority other people could not. Okay, so we just shared with you all the 8 reasons for people they have the fears, right? And then understand the 3 levels of motivation, from the pains to the middle level to the right thinking, the right mindset, to a higher level, to be called by your clear purpose and your passion, and really follow your dream and vision. That's the highest motivation. That's the longest, also most sustainable motivation. And now the third one, about the highest level, the dream and the vision part. Everyone has a dream, right? And even though some people may do not admit that they have a dream. Debbie, how are you? How was my cruise? you must see my pictures shared in my group, right? On my page. Yeah, wonderful. My cruise is wonderful. And last time, actually, my last Facebook Live teaching, I shared about my cruise story and what, again, the best opportunities I got, and how I set up the intention, how I followed my vision, even though my goals were not fully clarified yet. Actually, my experience on the cruise was, extended my vision. So I would encourage you to watch my last episode on how to seize your best opportunity. And this topic today, we were focusing on meet your fears and goals. So I've already shared about the 8 reasons why people have the fears, and also now the 3 levels of motivations. And now we are talking about the highest level of the motivation, about your dream and vision. Many people, sometimes they do not admit that they have a dream. It's maybe because of the experience, right? They've not realized it. Maybe their environment or maybe their living experiences limited their imagination. So quite some people, when you talk about with them, you may find that they are not quite clear about what dreams they have or what kind of a vision they have. It's just like their experience and their own the thinking that developed through the years limited their imagination. So they cover their true dreams. And I believe everyone really has a dream, and a beautiful dream. So most people, through some disappointments and failures in their life experience, they dare not to dream again. And they are actually limiting their dreams. And some people dare not to dream big. So they either give up on their dreams and give up on their big visions. So only when you dream and have the vision is big enough, your dream and vision is big enough and strong enough, could you really overcome all the obstacles, all the fears to go for it. So this is the highest level of your motivation. And all the successful ones, the most successful ones, actually they are motivated at the highest level by their dreams, their purpose, and also their vision. So now, based on our previous, if you have already missed the previous part, I would encourage you to watch the replay, because it's very important. I shared those 8 reasons. And let's go deep down. And there's some quite great teachings. They do not actually focus on goals setting up. They focus more on your fears. And they encourage you to focus more on your fears. Because only until you fully face your fears, get get into the deep analysis and face them to understand your fears. And you could not get to the next step to set up your goals. Okay, do you agree? Yeah, you need to first fully understand what you fear about and what is blocking you from setting up your goals, and what you're still not sure, what is blocking you from getting to your next level. Understand those parts, overcome those parts, and then when you get to the next stage to set up your goals, to set up your plans, then you will get better power and better dedication to do it. Okay, so now we understand the reasons, the costs, and the natural norm between the failure and the success, and the power of your dream and vision. Now the next step is actually the reason 8. Number 8 is the basic one, and also very important one. Is most people don't know how to set up a goals, how to clarify the vision, clarify the goals, and also to build up a concrete plan. So most people don't know how. And the how is the second part, right? The first, we need to work on the why and what part. Now, why you're fear of setting up goals and what you're fear about, and then understand those motivations. And now we get to the third part, is about how to clarify your vision and set up your right goals. And at the beginning of this month, January, I taught about the topic is create your vision board and smarter goals. I would encourage you to review that episode at the beginning of January. I think it's January 3rd. The first Thursday of January 3rd, I shoot that live video teaching about to create your vision board and smarter goals. So I would, if you want, learn more, really get accountability support. That's the most important thing. Most people, majority 92% of people fail. It's like, even though some of them may have goals, but if they do not have accountability system to support them, they fail. Some of them just fail in the first week, right? Remember those data I shared with you, and majority of them fail even within the first month, right? And very less people they reach to the 6 months, and only 8% of people go through the whole year. So the accountability, the most important thing after you clarify your vision. And it's like a really, and even though some people need the accountability system to support them to clarify their vision, because if your goals are still not clear, that means your vision is not clear. So that's the part we need to work on. So today, this is already my third part of this today's live video. So I want to invite you. So if you have not clarified your vision and have not set up your smarter goals, remember here, smarter goals, not just smart, but smarter goals. And for 2019, today is 20, so there's a later part of January. If you do not have a clear goals and action plan on your hand, not ready yet, you're not fully ready for 2019. Then if you just let it go, you will follow the day, just take granted things will work out for you. As I shared earlier, things will not work out the best way for you. Things will eventually work out, but not to your best advantage, not to your best benefits. It's not contribute to your fulfillment. So you definitely do not want that results, right? You do not want at the end of 2019 have any regrets, and regret that you did not set up your clear goals and action plan from the beginning. You may regret that you lost another good year to build up some important milestones for your life and also for your business. So if you have not clarified your vision, smarter goals, and also concrete action plan, if you need help to further clarify your fears, to help you find your root fears, to help you overcome that root fears, to build up your mindset and clarify your vision. So here's my invitation. I would invite you to enjoy my one-on-one complimentary abundant business breakthrough session. In that session, I will help you to find your blocks, what is still sabotaging you or blocking you from setting up goals, help you to find that fears, help you to face that fears, and then help you to clarify your vision, your goals, and set up a concrete plan to implement. How about that? So feel free to comment under my video, and I will share the link to invite you to my complimentary session. And let's have more talk. I want you to accomplish this first step is really get your written goals and a concrete plan on the paper, and really print it out and put it on your hand and by your computer, by your calendar. Every day you can see it and can give you the clear guidance and the motivation, and both your vision, both your career goals, and how to do that and make it into your daily routine, and so that the implementation will be easy for you. So I'm here for you. Take me as part of your accountability system, as important both for your inspiration and also for your accountability. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's session, and feel free to ask me any questions. Okay, keep in touch and look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.